Starting 11 for your Winslow Charlottetown Royals. Number 4, Noah Killorn. Number 6, Riyad Jaha. Number 5, Kale Hunter. Number 7, Cohen Reddick. Number 8, Fiston Ngambonziza. Number 9, Ben Hashimoto. Number 10, Jacob Tweel. Number 15, Will Campbell. Number 18, Max Mond. Number 22, Isaac Walters. And number 23, Lachlan McEachern. For your Fredericton Pickeroons Reds, number 1, Elsie Valancourt. Number 5, Ben Goringe. Number 6, Tyson Pinsent. Number 9, David Itofa. Number 10, Tom Fulpe. Number 11, Jacob Moore. Number 15, Jaden Cotton. Number 16, Elias Stiffout. Number 17, Ethan Irinke. And number 21, Dan Walker. And Ken Morrison. Your 4 match officials are Mo Aldigal, Abby Cook, Gary Pinch, and Gavin Brown.
Welcome everyone to the last game of the Super Series here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, between the men's sides of the Fredericton Pickeroons and the Winslow Charlottetown Royals. I'm Ray Harris here with Steve Harris. Steve, your 6th game of the weekend. Tell me a bit about these two teams.
Well, so the Reds played against Suburban on Friday night. It was a really good game of soccer. They lost 2-0, but had plenty of chances, and it was really an even game. Suburban's team was very strong. PEI came out, the Winslow Royals came out and played against Suburban yesterday, freezing cold day. Suburban looked good in the first half, controlled much of the game, but PEI liked to press a lot, didn't give Suburban much. Suburban did go up 1-0, but PEI pulled it back late, and it looked like they were going to come away with the tie, and then right at the death, a mistake, and Suburban took the game 2-1. So well, it'd be interesting to see if fatigue plays a factor in this one, because the Reds have had a day off, and Winslow just played yesterday afternoon.
You mentioned the weather. We saw in the last game, these long balls, through balls, you got to play them with a little bit less pace. They're skipping through. It's a wet turf. We haven't had any rain in the last 2 or 3 hours, but it still is a very slippery turf down there. And it's not much warmer today. It's around 13, 14 degrees at field level. Not that's going to matter to these guys. They can get moving pretty quick and feel like they're warm enough.
You're going to have to finesse those passes.
See the ARs are in position. Their whistle's about to go. We're going to start this game with Ayatofa passing it back into the midfield, springing it wide. Padilla 1-2 with the defender. There's Morrison around the back. Almost throws his own leg out early. Gets it back out wide.
So the Reds
Fulpen. Go ahead.
Reds have made a couple of changes from the squad that started on Friday.
Reddick coming through. He's a big guy with some pace. He tries to play the winger, but they're just not on the same page there, and that ball's sent out for a goal kick.
One constant on this team for many years now has been Kenny Morrison.
He does,
and he's still covering a lot of ground.
I remember him playing center mid as he moved back in his...
He played center mid on Friday.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe he's just got one center mid in him, like for a weekend. But no, I was really impressed. He covered a lot of ground, got a lot of tackles in.
Ball sent ahead for Goringe, but it's the captain from Winslow, Monge, who's going to clean that up, put it out of bounds. And Garinge will take the throw. Into Itofa. Itofa's got one touch. He can't get turned.
Still got it, though.
Played out of bounds now. Yaha on the coverage there. And coming in to take the corner kick is Fulpin. A lot of height on both teams.
There's certainly a lot of height on the Reds team.
You don't often say that about Fredericton rosters. This ball's in, it's near the keeper, and it's dealt with easily by Mond, a very powerful header, which will have the Reds regroup. That one's sent towards the far post. It's Dan Walker meeting it, but putting it wide.
I anticipate we'll see a lot of that. Walker gets on the end of a lot of these crosses.
Dan Walker, I remember him playing a more central up front role.
He did in his final years, I think, for UNB Reds.
Now he's playing out on this wing, and are they playing kind of high wingers? It's hard to tell right now.
Right now they're setting up a 3-2-3-1, I think. Or 4. Anyway, let's
Haya with it. Back to the keeper. Under pressure, plays it to Mond. Mond's just going to go long with it, and cleaned up by the UNB in the midfield. Morrison. Out wide to Arinki. It's past Arinki. He's not going to be able to keep that in. And that's going to be a bit of a blunder. Throw in by Hunter towards Reddick. Reddick takes it down, gets a push in the back. He's happy to keep going. Puts a ball into the mixer, and it's defended by Jaden Cotton. Corner kick now for the PEI side. It looks like the number 10 from PEI is also the designated corner kick taker. So Fulpin from the Reds and Tweel from the Island.
Swinging it right-footed. Deep. Ooh.
I think that was Yaha making a connection with it, but it's off target. Not troubling anyone.
Big height advantage there with Jaha and Pinsent.
And Morrison's just happy to take this ball inside the 6-yard box and quarterback it out. Arinki. Back to Morrison. Into the feet of Sipout. Out wide to Cotton. Cotton dribbles himself into trouble a little bit, is closed down, but he'll get a throw in out of it. Itofa flicks it on. But what do we say about high strikers flicking it on, Steve?
You're the high striker. Who are you flicking it on to?
Mond coming out, finds his winger. Quickly under pressure by Fulpin, and Fulpin does enough to win a throw in. It's launched forward. Mond heads it out to the wing back. Was Kilhorn. Turned over in the middle. Itofa turns, has a bit of space. Lays it off to the midfielder. And try to find a different way to penetrate this defense.
Oof.
Is it going to come from
collision there?
Moore? Goringe. Back to Cotton.
Good coverage from the Royals, though. I mean, the Reds have had 15, 20 passes, but haven't managed to get anywhere.
Morrison to Arinki. Arinki to Stiffout. Stiffout turns it over. Yaha now, he can't keep possession. Iofa with time and space. He tries to get Walker involved, but it's cut out. Importantly so. Cotton with a touch. Finds feet to Walker. Walker drops it off to Stiffout. Gets it back under pressure. Goes for a bit of a dribble.
No foul there?
No foul given. Arinki has to do some work to keep that in, but he's under pressure now. Finds Morrison. Morrison's going to go for a bit of a foray. He I don't know what that was. It's kind of off the outside of his left foot.
Yeah, he was trying to dink it in behind there for Gringe.
And to his credit, there wasn't much on. Cale Hunter with the throw. He's going to go backwards. Ayatova puts him under pressure.
Ooh.
Going to go to Mon. The keeper's there. Does a bit of work as Fulpen's picking that up. Going one-on-one with Hunter. Still has it, bobbling around. And Kilhorn is able to win a goal kick.
He was really pestering him there, just trying to force a mistake, right? Like contact, but not enough contact to give away a free kick.
Tweel out wide to Hunter. Hunter into the middle to Campbell. Campbell tries to get Hashimoto involved and does so. Reddick over the top. Vaillancourt is going to come and get that and had to be alert.
Right on the edge of the 18.
Yeah, it's great movement by the keeper. Fulpen now just getting assaulted to the ground.
2 falls and 1 submission will decide the contest.
Cotton to take. He's got Morrison, and it was always happening, wasn't it?
Yeah. When Kenny asks for it, you give it.
Kenny into the feet of Garinge. It goes over the top. Fulpen's there looking, but it won't spill to him. Now Itofa is fighting off the company of Jaha. Still has it. He needs help.
He framed well.
Finds help in Orinki. Orinki with an in-swinger. Fulpen's there. It's a tough angle. Now Walker with a swing at it. And not a ton of power behind it, although it was well placed and it did force a save from Walters.
Might have got blocked a little bit. We'll see on the replay. Still not sure.
Coming the other way now, Aurora's shoulder into the back of Garinge. We're happy with that, though. Back to Yaha. Played forward now, and Orinki's going to have some time to settle and make a decision. Morrison tries to thread the needle to Walker. There's a ton of blue there, though. That was a tough ball to play. Campbell now, or Hashimoto. Down the wing to Hunter. Hunter with Orinki for company. Plays it back to Hashimoto. Hashimoto beats Ship out, but now he has to deal with Orinki. Plays it off to Hunter. Hunter with the ball in. It's Campbell who can't really control it, and Morrison cleaning it up. And now Yaha will get to regroup. Hunter with the ball into the box. Vaillancourt looked like he was a little bit caught there, and he's not the biggest frame for a goalkeeper, but he does reposition himself to make that look easy.
The wind played a few tricks there.
Yeah, perhaps. You can hear it gusting into the mics.
It's starting to get a little damp out there, too. A little bit of mist coming in.
Cotton tries to find Fulpen, and with after a ricochet, it does finally get to Fulpen via Pinsent. Now down the wing is Moore. Moore gets cleaned up, and that he does win the foul there.
Yep, good run there. Positive play. That's a decent spot to have a free kick in. I'm not sure if it's really a shooting opportunity, but it's maybe the threat of a shooting opportunity opens it up for a dangerous cross.
What is interesting from this Reds team is they do have a lot of guys that can hit a ball from there, that can play a ball from there. It doesn't look like there's much conversation as to who's going to stand over this. It's a combination of Fulpen and Garinge.
And they got some big bodies in there.
PEI is matching them, though.
Moun's pretty big, too.
That's
wasted.
Speculative.
Wasteful. Give the ball boy a workout anyway.
Ball's moving. Plays it short. Tries to find Reddick. It's cleaned up by Moore. Now Garinge tries to get involved, and he will here. He has a speculative slide at and wins the throw. Moore to Morrison. Morrison under pressure, but
just did enough.
Just did enough and looked good doing it, which I think is important to him. Rinky plays it into Walker.
Oh, he's coughed it up.
Reddick tries to go around Morrison. Morrison stands his ground, and I don't think anyone's happy with that call. I think Morrison
takes the charge, gets nothing for his troubles.
Ayatollah tries to turn, can't do so. Now Morrison will just play that back to Vaillancourt. Vaillancourt tries to find Shibut. Shibut's not much he can do with that. He does just lay it back to Morrison. Morrison now going long towards Felpin. Felpin doesn't win the challenge, doesn't win the second ball.
Got stood on for his trouble.
And McCarron, I believe, stands over it. Back to Mon, into the midfield for Campbell. Campbell turns it over to Arinki. Ship out, tries to turn, there's no room to do so, and gets dispossessed. Hunter bobbles it around. That's Pinsent now, who plays it back to Cotton to try to settle things down. Cotton is just going long towards Walker, and it's just one of those balls that's not going to work today, Steve.
No. The referee's letting a lot go.
Boys will be boys.
It's just interesting because you go from one game to another, right? Like in the last game, it was called pretty tight. And this game, I'm expecting the whistle to go, Nope. I'm happy with that.
That one skips over Arinki. Garinge there to get seconds. Under pressure by Nagabonzia. Played into the feet of Campbell. Campbell plays back to Jaha, and they're going to go all the way back to Walters and nets. And now it's turned over. Walters is a bit out of position.
Oh!
Ayatollah tries to play a flat ball across the box, gets picked off.
Yeah, that was about a foot away from sneaking through to Fulpen, who would have just had a one-on-one with the keeper.
Royals with some numbers here. A ball across towards Nagabonziza, but it wasn't there. But there was looking like a 3-on-3 there for the Royals, who didn't settle down enough to make anything of it.
And the wind swept that one out of play as soon as it got up in the air and over the striker.
Yeah, Zinke's going for a real stroll, or Rinky's going for a real stroll there.
They'll let you pinch a couple, but
I find they never send you back as far as they should, though, so it's always worth it. Ayatollah plays it back to Arinki. Arinki's got pressure from Reddick, finds Walker. Walker's surrounded by blue, turns it over. Now Reddick bulldozing towards the net. He's found a lane. He takes a shot. It's a good save by Vaillancourt. He bobbles it a little bit, but he recovers, holds on to it, and that can go down as a good save, I think.
Yep.
Vaillancourt to
keeps
Cotton.
it in front of him.
Reddick there just kind of parted the sea. Didn't look like he had anything, then suddenly he did. He had a clear lane, and he took a good poke at it.
Striker's not going to pass that opportunity up. Even the conditions, we have a decent crowd here on the far side.
The advertising for this tournament has been good, I think. They've done a good job getting the word out to the soccer community to come on out. And I imagine if it was a nicer day, there would be a few more people here, but...
Well, plus there's probably a lot of the competitive players that are actually playing today somewhere in the province.
Potentially so. So I believe that's McCarron who's going to take that kick. He throws it off towards Reddick. Reddick with Cotton. Reddick takes a shot into the box. Morrison's able to deal with that easily. Garinge now briefly had it, but turns it over. Into Campbell. Campbell comes back to Jaha. Jaha sends it a little bit too far.
A little bit too straight. Happy to pick that off.
Morrison tries to get Ship out involved. Or Sif out.
sure where he was going there. Just ran out of space.
Hashimoto trying to go for a run down the wing, and it's cut off by Cotton. It's going to be a Royals throw again. Into the feet of Kilhorn. Kilhorn plays it to Tweel. Tweel still has it, but he's got nowhere to go, so he finds Kilhorn again. Kilhorn puts a ball in. Pinsent knocks it up. Walker's going to take it down. Sends it forward. Fulp and Ayatofa are there. Kilhorn competing for it, and Blue's done well to get back there. The Royals got numbers behind the ball, but now it's Garinge going one-on-one with Yaha. Garinge over the top, fancies a run at it. Great defending. Pinsent will take a strike, and it's not a bad effort.
Nope.
It's also not a good effort. It goes high and wide.
Reds haven't really managed to get Fulpin and Walker into the game as much as I think they like to this point. They've had plenty of touches, but just like not in the offensive area. Oh,
Stiff out. Did a nice little move there.
Look at that.
Spins Ayatofa. Ayatofa's behind the line. Cuts it back to Garinge. And no one wants to shoot it, Steve.
couldn't quite line it up.
Garinge now plays it back out to Moore onto Walker's head, and Walker puts that wide.
That was a good opportunity for the Reds. Not so much this one, the cross.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought Atofa was going to go for goal there rather than play that ball across to Garinge.
That was great work, though, by Stiphout.
Yeah.
He made a little turn and then a fantastic pass.
Reddick beaten Pinsent for pace, puts a ball in, and trying to corral it was Nagab on Ziza. Can't really get it to settle, and then puts it unceremoniously wide. Reddick's got some pace. He's making a lot of space for himself out there.
He puts himself about. This one's going short, isn't it?
I would wager that they're all going short. I think the overs on long goal kicks is 1.
Yeah.
Trying to get Fulpin involved. Fulpin takes one touch, but it lets him down. Goes out of bounds.
Well, he's remarkably open for a throw in there.
Tweel into Campbell. Campbell can't settle it. Reddick spits it out wide to Hunter. Hunter and Arinki. Hunter just goes down the line to Hashimoto. Hashimoto tries to beat Morrison. I think that's gone out of bounds.
That's out. Flag's raised.
The last line of defense for the Reds, standing pretty tall right now. Irinki. Got Walker if he wants him. He doesn't. He goes back to
Pressure's
Morrison.
on.
Morrison's shut down, closed down by Reddick and Hashimoto. Sprays it wide to Cotton. Cotton's asking for help. He finds it in Fulpin. Fulpin into Stiphout. Stiphout tries to get Irinki involved. He gets there. Irinki has a little bit of space, and Walker's got tons of space. Going to go over the top to Garinge. Is cut out by the captain. By Atofa is on it. Ayatofa's just trying to bully his way through. There's no call, nothing wrong with that. And
In the opinion of the referee, in the opinion of
Hashimoto.
Ayatofa, like he's not happy with it.
Yaha gonna go one-on-one with Rinky.
What's the centre back doing up there?
I tell you, Steve, the Royals are getting their backline involved in every which way. Walker into Garinge. Moore making a enterprising run down the side. Garinge is going to go through everyone. He's got Walker out here. Garinge doesn't want it. Puts a shot on net. Does well for a one-man band.
He had the option to play that through to Walker.
I think the question is Walker going to end up in a better position in doing that? And I think that's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. This one played forward to Hashimoto, but Cotton is able to win that foot race. Tries to play it out as a turnover. Fulpen getting around his player, then another foul or another tackle coming in against Fulpen. I think that one's actually going to get awarded.
Yeah, I think he did.
Much to the, I think they'll make the first free kick too. That's just definite foul. Plays into Cotton. Cotton goes to Morrison. Riddick's onto this though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He knows that they want to get through Morrison to build out the back.
This is how the Winslow team from the island, obviously, approached things yesterday. And it was quite effective because the Suburban team really does like to kind of control the ball and build from the back. And at times they were just overwhelmed by blue shirts, and it really sort of disrupted their game.
Well, if the back line for the Reds can't adjust, they're going to be causing turnovers and getting opportunities. Reddick now, ball popped up in the air. He can't find his man, but he does get on top of the ball again. Plays a 1-2, a 1-2-3-4 with Tweel. Now it goes out to the winger. Coming in hard as a Rinky. The ball stays in. That's played across the foot line.
It's Pinson just getting a foot in there, importantly so.
Bit of a scramble.
Deflect that away.
Now Fulpen will try to settle. Pinson comes back. Doesn't have much he can look for. He might just play this back to Fulpen. He doesn't get the chance to. He gets stripped and the ball stays in. Oh, and now a late flag is suggesting...
Throw in for the Royals.
I don't really know how they'd figure that, though.
Let's have a look on the replay.
The
ball's out there.
It goes off Pinson's shin and out, does it?
I think so, yeah.
Thank you to our sponsors of the Maritime Super Series in Fredericton, Pickering's Brewery, Reds Events.
Mond plays it forward.
Chest pass.
To Hunter. To the middle to Campbell. Now it's Yaha. Yaha, route 1 towards Reddick. Killorn now. To Campbell. Touch to Tweel. Tweel tries to spray it wide. Walker's going to get in the way. Hashimoto tries to turn, unable to. Now Garinj got it caught in his feet. Somehow able to turn with possession. Stripped, no call. Tweel coming the other way. Morrison tries to scoop it and then finally clears it.
You know me, I'm not the one to be critical of the officiating.
I do know that of you, Steve. You're very generous.
But
ball in, neck up on Ziza there on that occasion, getting involved before the ball got to Morrison and a foul called against him.
What's going on here?
Well, the ARs.
I think the card's coming out. It's got a handed pocket. Oh no. He was miles away from anything.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Well, that came from the AR, Steve, and they are mic'd up, right? So who knows what the conversation was. But clearly the AR on this near side saw something that escaped us. And that is part of their role, to be an extra set of eyes. Walters to Mond. Mond plays a 1-2, gets it back, knocks it forward. Now it's towards Reddick, but Vaillancourt's got tons of room to clean that up.
25 minutes in. An entertaining encounter here.
It's been good so far. Vaillancourt to
goals
Cotton.
are coming. Goals are coming.
Cotton tries to get Itofa involved. Coming the other way now, Hashimoto goes down a tackle at Cotton's feet. Tweel comes out with it. Tweel touches inside. Comes out to the winger, but his own teammate gets in the way. And it was almost for the best as Hashimoto thought he might have a trip towards goal with that.
Need to keep that in. Oh.
Few players in red think that should have gone the other way.
The assistant referee didn't look too decisive there. Kind of had that I'm not sure, pause, and then just picked a side.
Thrown into Tweel. Tweel gets a ball into the box. Cotton lets it drop, and it does so safely.
It's a good... Oh!
That could be some paperwork.
Yeah.
Yaha there getting in the way on Garinge having a good run towards net. And it's a clear foul, Steve. I think that should be a yellow.
By today's standards, I would say you are correct. And I think there's a lot of people in red shirts and on the bench that are thinking, like, how is that not?
Yeah. If you're Yaha right now, you're laughing because you were beat.
Well, you recognize, well, if I can get away with that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now a conversation with the fourth official.
Oh, dear.
Joe Hamilton, the coach.
Who did he give the yellow to?
Well, I don't know. I think... I mean, I'll tell you what. He was wearing a black hat.
It's Ben Law. Does that surprise you?
Well, it only surprised...
No, he's gone.
So Ben Law has been tossed from the game. Ben Law not actively playing in the game, I might add. Doesn't look like someone who was planning on playing much today anyway. And he's
He probably would have been starting if he was planning on playing.
And now he's just putting everyone through some misery here as he's refusing to leave the area. The game won't restart till he's made haste. And we're 28 minutes into the game.
We do have a red card, but it's somebody on the bench.
I'm not sure. Was it a yellow and then further descent and then a second yellow? And
Well, it went yellow then red, but I think it was probably a yellow.
yeah.
And it all comes because they got the call right,
Yeah.
got the free kick, they just didn't give a yellow card. Which we kind of suggested probably should have, but like, it doesn't give it, it doesn't give it. Like,
And I think, right now
you just move on.
on the field, everyone's jawing at each other. Tensions are higher now, right? Everyone's a bit more angsty. And it's an exhibition game. I think we don't need to be this riled up. I don't know who we're...
Shall we just get the game going again?
I
Is there any chance of
think Ben Law is not, within...
that? No, he's gone.
I think you got to be within 2 kilometers of the field. I don't know that he's quite cleared that yet. All right, we're going to play.
He's gone. Yeah.
So back where you were, Ken Morrison plays this in. Forgot how to do my job, Steve.
Well, where were we?
Reddick's going to beat Cotton for... No, Cotton does well there because I thought he was toast for pace. I really did.
Oh, that's a clearance. That's an impressive clearance.
Ball in, Campbell to Tweel. Tweel's going to get behind this under pressure from Itofa. Back to Mond now, and center back.
Sub getting prepared for
This is
Winslow.
going towards Hashimoto, but dealt with by Morrison. Now Bonziza in towards Campbell, but it's loose, and Walker's going to win that challenge.
Every day.
Now Hashimoto, just surrounded by red shirts. Nothing he could do there from a dribbling perspective, and it's turned over, and Moore will try to slow things down for the Picaroons. Moore into Pinsent, gets it back, sprays it across to Morrison. Morrison back heels it to himself, and then sends it towards Ayatofa, who's able to get a touch in.
I thought he might have been offside there, but no flag.
Back heels to Felpin. Felpin to Pinsent, back to Ayatofa. Now to Garinge. Garinge is cut down by Campbell. Maintains possession. There's a foul there, and that might be an overcorrection. Let's see.
Didn't.
Into the Garinge's feet. So free kick, and this is from about the same spot where Garinge put it very high last time. Or was it Felpin?
Garinge, I think, took it.
So Garinge is excusing himself from the situation. Fulpin's going to take this. He puts it on target, and it's in.
Oh, it's in there!
Jeez.
First free kick was just a decoy.
You don't see free kicks go in at this field like
Bent
that.
that round the wall.
Tom Fulpen.
Woo!
Jeez, that's a shot.
And we've opened the scoring. We've got a guy on the far side waving a flag.
Yeah, he's the flag guy, Steve. So there's the sub coming in.
Perry. Brandon Perry's coming in. He played from the start yesterday.
Taking off Cale Hunter. Cale Hunter, I think in the back line, has been making his way up and down this wing all game. Reddick scoops it forward towards Hashimoto. It's cleared, but not very far. Felpin and McKieran at each other. Plays it to Moore.
That's a set play that Winslow have from the kickoff. They did that yesterday.
Interesting. You don't get enough set plays from the kickoff anymore.
Overran that. Perry's right in. He's on his game right from the off.
A lot of words being exchanged down there, Steve. Played back to Kilhorn. Kilhorn to Campbell. Campbell will have Tweel. Tweel with space. He has Yaha on this side. Finds Reddick. Reddick too casual on that occasion. Turns it over. Vaillancourt forced to go route 1 towards Itofa. Easily won by the Royals.
They did well there.
Stip out, yeah, kept it in. Now Walker across the field. Walker's going to find Fulpin.
Beauty.
Fulpin's got some space and some room to work here, and numbers. Goes towards net, takes a shot. Good rebound out.
Oh!
And now Moore takes a deflection off his own guy. I would have liked to have seen where that ball went from Moore, because that looked like a really good shot.
Good opportunity there for the Reds. First save. Poor clearance, has to be said. Ricocheting around.
We had the technology to kind of draw the line from that. That would have been a good time for that.
Halftime.
Bonziza.
That's wasteful.
Yeah.
He had acres of space.
And Vaillancourt showing his footwork. Morrison to Cotton. Cotton to Moore. Moore's got...
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, he's shut down right away by McKirchen. And now thrown in past Pinsent. Reddick. Reddick tries to find Hashimoto and does so, but Morrison's right there to prevent that from going any further. He can't settle it down and it will go out for a corner kick.
It's like Reddick's going to take it.
I'd get him in the box. Surely he got someone else.
Yeah, we got somebody shorter than him. Take it. Some guy that's never going to head it. Oh, it takes a good corner though.
Good kick, but no one's home. That's where Reddick would have been. Throw in.
Throw in those. Just hate those throw-ins like 2 yards from your own corner flag.
Yeah, they're tough. Especially when you're pinned in like the Royals are doing now.
I was stealing about 10 yards. Especially when you don't have anybody that can throw the ball more than about 2 feet. Like, go back to the U12s. Like.
Yeah, Walker's just kicking the ball away there for no reason. Taking a classic yellow. Look at this replay, Steve. It looks like Campbell's holding down his leg when he tries to play this ball. It just gets chucked to the ground. Doesn't have the feel of a friendly.
No.
That 10 yards?
Well.
Ball in towards the back post. Reddick heads it back into play, but is deemed to have gone out of bounds. I think that's the right call. I'm nowhere near
I
it.
thought it was going out of bounds, but then I thought he actually kept it in. We won't be able to tell from this angle, I don't think.
I think he might have kept that in. Like you said, impossible to tell from that view. More to Garinge. I think we just have to give the AR the benefit of the doubt.
Why would we do that? Why change a lifetime of...
It's good for public relations and job security. Urinki into Pinson, but Campbell's there to clean it up. Now Reddick gives it past the Hashimoto. Hashimoto goes by Cotton, has a crack, and Kenny Morrison into his own net.
Was it going in anyway, though?
Yes, I think so. But manning the barbecue, Barry Morrison won't see it that way and will be happy to let Kenny know that that's an OG. Hashimoto does well to get around Cotton, and I don't think it was. Although Campbell is right there as well.
Scored.
I mean, you can
It's a moot point.
spend your whole life asking what if. I just
1-1. 8 minutes to play. Probably a little bit more after the unnecessary stoppage.
Cotton. More. Back to Cotton. To Urinki. Urinki's being shut down with enthusiasm by Perry, but he's still able to find Walker. Walker's going to go for a foray. Makes his way central and is dispossessed eventually. I mean, there's just so much blue there. You can't see how that was going to work out for him. Tweel. Yaha. Mond. Mond to McCarran. Curtin is picked off by Pinsent. And Pinsent does well there, keeps possession and gets it back to Moore, who has time and space. Gets a bit greedy with it, though. Has to play Pinsent, and Pinsent will surely go back to Cotton here. Does so. Cotton goes long. By the time it gets there, if it does, and it doesn't, Urinki has to chase that out of bounds, and it skips off the wet turf. Perry into Tweel. Tweel beats Stip out in the middle. Keeps going. He's got Hashimoto with him. Has a shot instead. Vayankul
scrambling.
Looking for an Oscar at that effort. I don't think that was very close. But Stip just caught diving in there.
They got that ball back in play really quickly. I think it might have caught a couple of the Reds out.
I still think I agree with this rule they brought in 7 years ago now that the ball can stay within the 18-yard box. Ayatofa going to try to get Garinge involved, and he can't, and Yaha is there to just get rid of it. Cotton rises like a submarine.
Could have mistimed that one a little.
Back to Vayankul. He has Urinki short if he wants it, but he did look like he wanted to go long there. Towards Ayatofa. Flicked on. Fulpen. Can he get there? And he does.
That's Fulpen, second of the game.
That's it's a good goal, but that's just a defensive breakdown from the Royals.
Could the goalkeeper have done better here?
He just
kind of hesitated. You either got to come or don't come. You can't come three-quarters of the way
you gotta
think twice about it.
Just go after that. Good flick, though. Let's not discredit the flick.
Yeah.
And high striker flicking it on, making us eat our words a little bit. 2-1 now, 5 minutes of regular time. The Reds taking their sweet old time getting back in the game.
Hoping to run this one out, possibly. The clouds are coming in.
Yeah, they tend to.
Dampness. Picking up. Entertaining game.
Gonziza plays it back to Mond. Mond around the back. Kilhorn. Back to Gonziba. Now it's Moore for the Reds into Fulpen's feet. Fulpen, strong touch and body checked by Campbell to the ground.
I tell you what, Pinson's done a really good job of picking off a lot of passes in that midfield on the left-hand side there.
Morrison, the goal scorer. Forward. That one's dealt with by Yaha. Walker tries to get seconds and can't. Tweel able to turn and find Campbell. Shipout tries to pick him off, can't do so. Now Reddick down the line, and that's just too clumsy. Hashimoto can't get onto it.
Could have been trouble brewing there.
Everyone just standing still on the throw for a Rinky. Not much movement. Goes long towards Aitofa. Aitofa does a great job.
Really uses his frame well.
Does. That's played over. Geringe won't be able to keep that in.
Not in these conditions.
Take Usain Bolt riding a cheetah to get there. That one's in short. Kilhorn plays McCarran. Keeps it in under pressure by Fulpen. Back to Kilhorn. And Aitofa there to force a goal kick. Oh, corner kick. Good hustle by the Reds up front to get possession out of that.
I was wondering if that was a corner or a goal kick. It seemed to be a bit of a toss-up.
I thought it was a throw. Wasn't in the right ballpark.
Now Philpin's over there to take it. Gringe has gone short. Cuts. Oh, right on the edge of the box.
Yeah, he fell into the box. That foul was certainly outside of it. Goes short here.
It was the first defender, I think, that made contact. So it's actually further outside the box than it even looked.
The same committee here, eh? Fulpen, Thompson, and Geringe around the ball. And you have to think that this one won't be on target.
It's quite wide.
Yeah. Although we'll see, won't we?
Pins looks like it might be having a sizing this one up.
Fulpen arm up. That's disappointing.
Is that what they had in mind? If it's a plan, it's an elaborate one.
Oh.
Again, that just skipped like crazy. As soon as that hit the turf, it was gone.
It's a roundabout way to find Walker on the wing, isn't it? This here just tries to play it short and just kind of plays it way too heavy.
There was a lot of disguise going on there.
That one is coming out of the trick book.
That's a disaster.
Here's Fulpen, a one-timer from the top, and it's bobbled. Ayatofa looking at the rebound, but recovered on time by Walters.
The special plays coach is getting called into the office.
That one's trying to find Hashimoto. Bobbles off of Rinky's feet and out for a throw, which will be taken by Perry. Perry finds Tweel. Tweel into the midfield, past Hashimoto. Hashimoto down the wing for Perry, and cut out by Hirinki. Steve, you're on time added on duty.
3 minutes.
Good job. Reddick having a battle with Hirinki. Does well to turn and put them in the box. Campbell never looked ready for that and puts it wide. Moore's going to try to dribble this out of trouble. Able to find Fulpen, and Fulpen just drawing that foul.
Yeah,
he just knew what he was doing, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just felt the pressure and turns into it.
Looks like he's going to go long in towards Aitoafa.
Flicked up. Walker there. I didn't see him because of the obstructed view. Walker down the line with Perry. He's able to beat Perry on pace. Can he get around that? It's a ball on the ground to Aitofa, who tries to back heel it to Geringe. That would have been special if it came through.
Crowded out.
And Nabonziza is unable to get Reddick involved. Throw in for the Reds. Morrison to the feet of Pinsent. Pinsent plays it back to the veteran. And now Morrison tries to get Fulpen involved. I think it bobbles away. Moore
Nobody's
sends a
getting
lofty
that.
ball towards Fulpen. The keeper comes out. Walters comes out to play it. And does well, to be honest.
I thought he was going to hoof that out of bounds needlessly, but
Yeah, it looked like he might be a bit panicked, but he wasn't. Tweel back to his fullback. Find Perry. Can Perry get a foot on that? He does. Not much for help, though. Perry puts a ball in.
ooh, suspicion of handball.
Not much of an appeal from the field, though, Steve. Might have just looked worse from up here.
He looked guilty. Had that guilty look.
Mond to Kilhorn. Kilhorn, the time is of the essence here. Hashimoto gets it on the end of it, plays it in. Morrison keeps it out. I think the whistle's about to go any second. Walker from Pinsent. Walker going long towards Garinge.
That's trouble. That could be
Mond
trouble.
is beat. And Garinge's going to have a shot here.
Oh,
Mond
that's
is...
terrific recovery tackle.
Yeah, Mond beat on height there, which you wouldn't have expected. Does well to recover on the ground. McCharron tries to get by Fulpen, is tripped up. I think that might be a little bit of retribution from our man Fulpen.
He's lucky that he's not seeing a card there.
Well, I think his rebuttal to that would be, after all this, you're going to card me, because there's been a handful that have gone the other way that also should have
This is
been
true.
bookwork. You got to find the limits of the game, Steve.
This is consistent.
Towards Reddick, dealt with by Cotton. Abonziza rises for it, doesn't get it. And gives a boot and out for a throw in. And now I think we'll get this ball in play, and that will be
Not even get the ball and play. Just go straight to halftime.
fair enough. Good half. Good half.
Good half of soccer. Very exciting. Anything can happen in the second.
Absolutely can. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes to the conclusion of this tournament. It's raining. It was damp. Now it's damper. Our window view is a little bit
obscured,
but we are seasoned professionals. We've done this before, and we'll thrive for you again today. 2 subs coming in for the Royals. Ahmed Kiley looks like he's going to be standing over the ball here, and it looks like, no, Reddick's still there, so he would have taken off potentially Hashimoto, who I don't see out there. And the second sub was Jonah Bartlett. Round the back to Kilhorn. Kilhorn tries to play a ball into McCurchin.
not warmed up again yet.
Not there. From the red side, no changes coming out of the half. And it's 2-1 after a very competitive first half.
We'll expect to see some changes as this half goes on.
Thrown in towards Fulpin, but picked off by Tweel. And then Mon going back to the keeper, Walters.
He's under pressure.
Walters
Nice touch.
plays a short ball. Goringe now with it. Goringe going one-on-one, tries to win the corner. Everyone's hand is up.
I thought that was a goal kick.
Well, you thought wrong. And now it's coming down with some velocity. Fulpin over there taking that?
I don't think so.
Goringe into the box. Walker's there. Can't get to it. Pinson's going to save it on this side, keep the play alive. He puts the ball into the box towards Iofa, over to Walker, over his head. Goringe with it. Goringe on the floor.
Hey!
And it does count. I thought it might be offside, and the boys are going home. They've had enough.
Is there a mercy rule? Because it's only 2. I didn't think it was.
Yeah, I don't think the mercy rule's at 2. If you forfeit now, you only lose 4-3, I think. So maybe that's the math. So
They've returned to the field, so.
So ball in here, Goringe corrals it, slides it across the middle, and Iofa just reaches one of his long legs out and sides foot into an empty net. And that is certainly a positive way to start the half. A mere 2 minutes in. Played back to Mon. Mon's going long. McCurchin's there. He taps it in towards Cotton. Cotton cleans it up. Now it's Moore. Moore plays Pinson. Pinson turns upfield. Tweel's right there to close him down. Pinson 1-2 with Fulpin. Back to Moore. Moore's going to go to Morse. No, he's cutting upfield. That's a new one. Back to Pinson. Pinson under pressure. He'll go back to Morrison. Morrison under pressure from the substitute, Kylie. On the other side.
This windy. We need a squeegee. This is
hard to know what's happened down there. This played into the middle. Goringe to Itofa.
Big run on the far side here.
Itofa plays into a whole bunch of blue shirts. Ship out there, can't do anything with it, and it's cleared forward. Headed onwards towards Fulpin. Into the middle, Pinsent.
It's an awfully tough ball for a centre midfielder to have to do something with.
And coming around the back through Cotton. Cotton tries, he has more over here with plenty of time and space, forces that forward and turns it over. And now towards the substitute, Khalid doesn't get there. Campbell's in there. Reddick's having a poke, but the Reds keep the ball. Morrison out wide to Fulpin. Fulpin up front towards Itofa. Itofa's got goal side of his man, but it's Yaha able to clear it. Now Walters fishes it out wide to McCurran. McCurran towards Reddick, and Reddick's held up by Cotton. Morrison back to Vaillancourt. Vaillancourt out wide to Arinki. Arinki back to Morrison. Morrison tries to spring. Arinki does so. Arinki tries to get Philpin involved. That stays in.
Still in.
Just straddling the line. And we're going to try to shield this. Oh, no. He's forced to play it. Still in bounds.
One thing with Yaha is he's got good speed.
Walker cutting that out, winning it. Campbell now in the middle. Campbell speculative to no one in particular. And Vaillancourt's always happy to take a bit of time off the clock. Does seem like sometimes Vaillancourt just gets a little bit bored and just happy to have a juggle or two.
It's like he wants more touches than he gets, right? So when he does have a chance to get a touch on the ball, he's going to take it. And if he can get more than one in, take that too.
Pinsent to Cotton. Cotton towards Goringe, who flicks it on. Moore somehow found himself upfield. Now played wide to Fulpen. Fulpen into the middle, and that's cut out before Stipout can get involved. And
Yaha's
still with it is
coast
Yaha.
to coast.
Yaha getting chased down by Fulpen. He's got the pace, as you mentioned, though, Steve. Slides that in, and Kali was there, but not there enough. Rolls past him. Now Morrison out from the back line. Or Stipout. Itofa has it. He plays Walker's feet. Walker lets that skip over him. Can't get a touch on. Does stay in bounds. Going one-on-one with Kilhorn. And he's
disappointed with that.
Just like when you go a bit too hard on the joystick. Puts it out of bounds. Ball into Mon. Mon plays it out wide to McChurn. McChurn into Reddick. Reddick will turn. Play it back to Bartlett. That's the first time I think I say his name as he's come on at half. That Yaha again making a run down the line. Now to Reddick. Reddick plays it wide. Reddick gets it back to Bartlett. It's going to come on this side of the field to Kilhorn. To McEachran. To Kilhorn into the middle to Tweel. Kilhorn. McEachran. Tweel. It's a good little 4-on-4 inside the box game there. Keep possession. 10 passes is a goal. Tweel.
Oh.
Campbell can't do anything with it. Back to Tweel. Oh, and McEachran just caught flat-footed.
So when push came to shove in Friday night's, actually yesterday's game with Suburban, Yaha did move into the midfield and was instrumental in them getting the equaliser. But they should have stuck him back in defence once they got the equaliser because they conceded one late and it wasn't a great goal.
I don't know where the fourth official's coming from, but he's gone for a bit of a journey.
He's gone for a walk.
That is
never came in, ref.
Thrown in and out of play. Most certainly did come in. Kilhorn on the throw, waving bodies upfield. Campbell offering, going towards Reddick. Reddick's got Moore draped on him and plays it off his own foot and out of bounds. Moore's throw, takes it, launches it towards Itofa.
Suspicion of handball.
Tweel. To the back line to Yaha. Out wide. In swinger.
Good cross. A little bit too much on it
there,
though, especially
yeah,
with the wind.
Too much on it. They did have two guys ready and willing, but missed them both.
Walker and Philpin switching wings, getting back to their usual sides.
I didn't even notice. Morrison takes it short. Happy to then go long.
Ish.
It's not the best breakout we've seen, although it's worked out for him. Goringe looking for help. Doesn't have any. He's going to take it himself. He's one-on-one with Campbell.
Oh, good toe in.
Dispossessed. Now Campbell's got a bit of space to play with. He's also got a winger. Ooh, well done to thread that needle just a little too threaded. Goes all the way through to Vaillancourt. That's unfortunate for the Royals that they had good numbers there and two guys making productive runs.
Quality.
Cotton.
That's a poor ball.
Tries to find Itofa. That's probably a foul as Itofa comes lunging from behind.
Oh, he's hurt himself on that too. Tweaked a knee, I think. It's not a good look.
Being subbed off.
It's got to go down. Those sometimes are the serious ones.
Yeah.
It wasn't a contact injury, I don't think.
What are we doing here? It doesn't seem like anyone's kind of hustling to get on the field.
He just said, I think I'm good.
He has to go off, though, doesn't he? Isn't that the rule? He's got to go off now? No.
Well, nobody came on.
I know. I thought if you went down for a bit.
He did.
I know. I thought if you went down for a bit, he had to go off. Take a bit of time on the side and then come back in.
Well, the play stopped, right? So,
Oh.
but nobody came in. Like, so I mean, it was kind of a
Like
trade-off.
I said, I haven't read the rule book in years, so who knows what's happening now. Tweel finds Bartlett in the middle.
The Reds have just gone off the boil a little bit since they scored that third goal.
Played back to Yah. Yah's going to put a ball in the box. Morrison meets it. Heads it out towards the wing where Fulpen picks it up. Fulpen's going to have a run at McEachran there. Moore
That's a good ball.
all the way across the box.
Getting closed down quickly.
Rinky deals with it. It's cut off now, though. Again, a few numbers going forward. They can make this work. Cut into the box was Yaha, but
Experience.
dispossessed. Now coming the other way is Walker. Walker's likes the space he sees. Geringe dribbling at the back line. And he's just drills himself into trouble again. Now he finds Walker. Walker's going to have a poke and
Fulpen's
yeah.
acres of space on the left-hand side. That never looked like it was going to end well for Ben Geringe there. He's faced up by about 5 blue shirts.
Every touch he took, he got further closed down. It just wasn't working out. But again, what are you going to do? He didn't really have... He could have tried to find Itofa. That was about it. Kilhorn. Into Tweel.
Oh.
Tweel just does enough. Yaha. Tries to find the winger, and it's just going to skip
Roll
out of
out.
bounds. As it is wont to do at this field today.
The umbrellas are all out.
Morrison. Vaillancourt.
There's going to be a day when Vaillancourt tries to go coast to coast.
What do you think the score would have to be? I don't think he'd do it at 4-0, but maybe 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, that'd be a chippy game, too, where you're feeling a bit, like it's a bit personal. Dribbling into trouble there was Step out, but now Walker's back with it. Walker going off the back
that's a good ball.
Perry. Moore, and well shut down by McEachran.
He took that well.
He did. He did that very well. And I don't remember seeing Moore get up in the first half at all. And this is his second time in this area.
And on Friday night's game, he played much higher, but wasn't particularly effective. But he's done really well today.
Now he has taken his time getting back, which could have led to problems, but it hasn't. Mon into Bartlett. Bartlett's shut down by Itofa, but he does spray Perry. Perry tries to get Kylie involved, but can't. Now towards Itofa. He can only corral it and can't do so there. Too much pressure as the Royals are going to work this back around their back line. Kilhorn.
Knee seems better, though.
Does, yeah, positive. Kilhorn over the top. Moore is going to take that off the chest. He's got Campbell right there, and he does get a goal kick out of it. I think the field just making everything a little bit harder in this second half. It does all seem to be a little bit bouncier, a little bit skippier.
Well, that fresh rain is going to make it the ball skip a fair bit here.
Morrison out towards, it kind of splits the difference.
Oh.
Cotton
Worked.
alert to the situation. Now Moore again tries to get around Mon, can't do so.
Philpin gets a toe in. Optimistically appealed for the throw in.
Kilhorn into Mon. Mon upfield.
Safety first.
Yeah, Cotton had Reddick for company and didn't think twice. Tweel. Mon. Out wide.
Good ball.
Perry will go one-on-one. Gives a bit of a shoulder.
That's a move.
Ball stays in.
Not a common one, but
Step out. It's into the middle.
that's a
Tweel
nice touch.
doesn't get possession. Now it's sprayed out wide towards Walker, and it's out of bounds.
Going to push the ball forward, realize you're not going to get to it first, and just start leaning on the defender, hoping that something happens.
Walker.
Yeah.
Dispossessed. Campbell now to Reddick. Reddick tries to get Kylie involved, but can't. Now Kylie is involved. Keeps it in.
It's a bit scrappy.
It is scrappy. Nothing's easy to control. Everything bobbles around a little bit more than it used to. Both teams who had reasonably good possession in the first half just struggling to find it again. Irinki over the head of Walker. And underthrows Itofa. Now it's played in. Kilhorn makes a meal of it. Going to go wide here to Moore. Moore's going to go one-on-one. And that time, Kekkeren's up for the challenge. Now Reddick doesn't have any company. What's he going to do? He's going to try to dribble at Cotton. And Cotton gets a foot in. I think that
Barely.
could have... All right, if you say so. Pinsent.
And a little mazy.
Pinsent is cut out by Kekkeren.
It's like, whichever team you know, whoever's got the ball right now, nothing is really working out
No.
for you.
I thought that was a foul.
Jury's out.
The man that matters didn't think it was a foul. Gurringe. Walker. Walker's going to take a touch inside. Tries to get Itofa. I thought he might have been just an inch offside, and
You were right.
the AR agrees. He just looked like he was on the wrong side of the last man back. And that's just a fancy way of saying offside. Yeah. So 2 subs at the ready for the Reds, but they'll have to wait till possession. Perry. Back into Bartlett. Bartlett into Feet. Now it's all the way back to Mon. Mon scuffs that. Fulpen cleans up the mess. He's going to have a dribble, and he's...
Buys the free kick. The subs will come in. So we got Muhammad Ali coming in.
The?
Well, hey. And he played on Friday, and he's a workhorse.
I don't think I would have given that foul.
Youssef Hamid. You wouldn't have given it?
I don't think I would have given it.
Just because?
No, I just don't.
Just like...
I don't think it was that flagrant. Especially compared to some of the stuff that hasn't been called. So coming out are Fulpen and Itofa, which are 2 productive players for the Reds. And we'll see what the substitutes can bring in replacement. So Hamid will go up front. For now, it's Moore playing with Pinsent. Back to Moore.
That's a good ball.
Into Ali. To Pinsent. Sorry, that's Hamid. To Moore. Moore has a cross into the danger area, and all Mon can do is put up for a corner kick.
Now Winslow preparing a couple of subs with Stewart and Hashimoto coming back into the game.
They are going to get those in now. After first being told no. Let's see who's coming out here.
Making haste anyway.
No idea. So Tweel is one of them. It's in the center midfield. That's Bartlett. Bartlett's only had 15 minutes. 20 minutes. Corner kick Reds. Into the box. It's dealt with by Tweel. Now Walker tries to put it back in. Walker has it at feet. Tries to get around his man, and it's touched out of bounds.
That was Kenny over there.
That was Kenny. Morrison. So Walker's going to take the against. Oh no, Walker. Oh, Walker takes it short to Garinge. Garinge into the box, and it's
he's just got a piece of it. Deflected it over the
Hamid now.
Ali's head.
Hamid to Cotton. Cotton to the feet of Ali.
Ah.
And Step Out turns it over. Now Reddick's going to find Hashimoto, but it's too hot, too heavy. And we'll see Vaillancourt's juggling skills again, I presume.
I thought Cotton might have a go there because when a defender gets a ball about 20 yards out, there's only one thing in his mind.
Yes. You just can't help it. It just possesses you.
It just doesn't happen that often, so you got to make the most of it. Oh, he waited for it.
Ali back to Moore. Now Reddick's got a look, but he's quickly closed down there by Step Out. Now he still has it. He takes a crack. It's blocked by Morrison.
There's an opportunity. Oh.
Tweel.
By Garinge.
Tweel to McEachran. Touched out by Yashimoto. Now McEachran back to Yashimoto. He's going to try to play McEachran, and he can't do so.
Nothing working right now.
I did think Hashimoto was quite productive in the first half. So it's good for the Royals, I think, to get him back in.
Yeah, he looks like he's not moving real comfortably. But I agree. He works hard. He's got some speed.
Ali trying to go around, but Han will clean that up. Gets it back and off.
That's trouble.
The kid. Now Ali's going to chase, but coming across is Yaha to make sure everything is just right. That's the throw-in just came from nowhere near where it went out.
25 minutes to play. Oh, he sold him short.
Step Out. Goes over the ball. He's dealing with Stewart.
He thumps that back to Vancourt. That's one thing with Vancourt, though. He's really good with those balls knocked back to him.
Yashimoto putting pressure on, and Mond at his feet. Plays it to Bartlett. Back to Bartlett. Bartlett into the box, and it looked good until I had to look at the box, and then it looked less good.
Nobody there.
No one was there to receive it. So it's Perry that came off on that substitution. Number 40 from across the field. Oh, Steve. Here it is. Here's the long goal kick of the game.
Oh.
Wow. That cashed in a lot of Pro Line tickets right there. Ali. He's got 1v5 and predictably is dispossessed. Now he's going get it back. Yashimoto plays Campbell. Campbell's got Step Out, but he's winning the battle. He plays it wide to Stewart. So what can Stewart do with it? Puts in a ball towards Reddick. Reddick with a chest, but it's hard off his chest and into the hands of Vaillancourt. And that goes into the category of what could have been.
There was 3 blue shirts in the box there for that cross. So we're getting some bodies forward as you need to. I mean, down by 2.
Hamid to Ali. Ali to Moore, and Moore can't do anything with it. Although Garinge was having a good move up front to see if he could get on the end of something there. Kilhorn up towards Yashimoto, flick back into the midfield where Garinge is. Hamid, who's dispossessed there. McEachran plays it back to Tweel and goes all the way back to Walters, to Yaha.
So we'll see if Yaha gets pushed up into the midfield. It might be too early to do it at this point.
They did just bring on Stewart, who has fresh legs on that left-hand wing.
Oh. Reddick's still working hard. Skied it.
Vaillancourt gets rid of it. McEachran off his head, looks to settle it, does so. Oh, tries to spring a moving Mond, but can't. Now Ali gets Goringe, who's going forward, and Goringe is just accosted.
I think he wanted actually to advantage there, but...
Well, I think he could have allowed it to go on a little bit longer to see what happened and then called it back if it doesn't materialize.
Yeah, it looked like the play was over for a second. Right there, you think he's lost it, but in fact he still had control.
Yeah,
of it.
he could have. He doesn't even have the. I was surprised there from Ali because he had time and space to turn.
Turn and go.
And I don't know if anyone told him that, so he found Goringe, or he just knew the veteran player was coming and to let him have it.
Most strikers don't need to be told that.
Hamid into the box and dealt with, and now it's Reddick and Morrison. Morrison goes back to Vaillancourt. Reddick fancies a chase. And Vaillancourt's forced to play it long. It's picked off easy for Tweel. Tweel to McEachran, and McEachran's going to be able to keep that in. I think he does.
Oh, yeah.
And he turns in on Moore. And now what's he going to do? He tries to find Reddick, and that's cut out by just about.
Well read.
Oh, and here's a sub, and you can't tell me that number was from the factory.
I know we talked about that. That's the old get the tape out number. We need a 7, isn't it?
Yeah. We got a couple blank jerseys here. What numbers don't we have?
Charlie Crowther.
Coming in for Moore.
He's had a good game.
Yeah, Moore's probably got quite a few miles on this game, and he's looked good doing it. That's thrown over the head of the Reds. Yashimoto with it. And now it's played out towards Ali, but Mond cuts it out. Mond looking towards Yashimoto. Yashimoto can corral it and turn. Crowler comes in, misses it. Cotton comes in. Reddick looking, and just a little bit away, although he would have...
A lot of pace on that.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, I agree.
He just whipped it. It's pretty much just got to hit somebody at that point.
Not great for Crowther, whose first play of the game is getting beat. Played in Walker.
If he was lacking confidence sitting on the bench.
With a taped-on number.
With a taped-on number.
Reddick.
Writing's on the wall.
Campbell overplays his hand and is cut out by Stip out. Still has it, though. Campbell plays it back to Yaha, to Mond. Mond tries to get rid of it, but Ali...
That's better.
Getting a foot in, and now Ali's going to chase down Killhorn.
And,
give a little body check, and I would have, too. You're right, Steve. You're right. He's one of those strikers that you like to see, chasing everything down. Happy to have a run. McEachran. Killhorn upfield, and nobody's home. Well, Reddick and Cotton are there, but alert to the situation. Vaillancourt comes and picks it up. Irinki. Stiff out.
Come to the ball.
Walker is trying to maintain possession. Now it's Goringe in the midfield who has time to turn. Crowther's got acres of space over here. They find him, or they try to, but it's overplayed.
Plus he got an arm in the back.
Oh, they're going to call that too, which...
It's an unnecessary
foul. It is a foul. I think it's certainly a foul, but that ball was going nowhere near him.
Yeah, and sometimes that'll be enough for the referee just to decide, I'm not calling that. It didn't impact the play. Emmanuel Eguatu getting ready to come on. This is a good spot for a free kick. Like, that's a good shooting opportunity. You could go left, you could go right, get the left footer, the right footer. Are they going to lie somebody down in the wet turf behind the wall? Not today.
Why are we letting a sub come in here for the other team?
I think it's Yaha that came off.
It is Yaha that came off. So Egatu's on. That puts a pin in your plan, Steve.
Yeah, it does.
So Pinsent and Goringe. Pinsent looks like he might hit it. He does, and it's over the net.
It's had good shape on it. Looking for positives.
The intentions were right. Ball in from Walters to Kilhorn. Into Tweel's feet. McEachern. Back to Tweel.
Going the wrong way,
to
though.
Walters. Ali happy to chase. There's Mond now, the captain. Guatu will get his first touch on it.
Slotting in at left back.
Guatu to Stewart. Stewart tries to find Reddick down the wing. Reddick's one-on-one with a Rinky. See what he does. He cuts in. He plays it forward to Campbell. He gets it again, but it's two good tackles from the Reds. Now Crowther wins that ball. Pinsent nudges it forward.
With the extension of his chest there.
Hamid. Back to Crowther. Back to Hamid. Into Garinge's feet. Garinge always happy to run forward if there's space, and there
still
is.
Going. Oh.
Garinge.
What a goal. What a goal that was.
Everyone just reluctant to shut him down, and he just takes the space that's offered to him and slots it in without any questions asked.
He had one thing on his mind there, I think, as soon as he picked up the ball.
And
Crowther had acres on this near side, but nobody went to him either.
yeah,
Malone just stood off everybody.
I think both players there looked to pick up that run from Ali. And here's Ali's run across. And
that is a good run.
Draws both players,
Yeah.
and Mond as well, kind of second-guessing his path. And I think Garinge is one of the more offensive-minded players we've seen on this field in either Picaroon Summer Soccer or the Reds school team. And he just wants to go for goal. And if you let him, he will. Tweel.
Well, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. What factor would fatigue have? And I think we're seeing it.
Yeah, you might be onto something there. Mahid, he's got Ali, both substitutes, and he's going to dribble through again.
It's slow motion dribbling. He managed to get past one.
McEachern, and that would have been a foul had he gone down, but he stays on his feet. McEachern to Reddick.
Swing and a miss.
Stiff out. To Morrison. Out wide to Arinki. Back to Morrison. Back to Vaillancourt. And I think luckily for the players, Steve, the game did seem to settle down a bit after the Ben Law incident.
Which, if you weren't following us earlier, was a red card, but to somebody on the Reds bench.
And going back a bit further was a missed opportunity to give a yellow card on a tackle. But and it did seem like tensions were high for a little bit after that, but cooler heads prevailed. It hasn't been too chippy since then.
No, it hasn't really been chippy at all. There has been a few suspect tackles that have led to cautions, but
Sure. But it's a bad game if you don't get that. Arinki. Into feet.
Ali.
Into Ali. Into Garinge. Walker
That's a good ball.
gets a nice run and a good reception. A heavy touch. Puts it across the middle. And I didn't really see the end of that play. It looked like it
couldn't possibly have gone out for it. I thought it was actually out. I didn't see what happened to it on the second attempted touch by Walker.
This gives us a better chance to look at it here. Tries to play it in. It goes off the feet of Kilhorn, and then Walker.
Second one just didn't come back into play.
Yeah. Now here is Kilhorn. Up field towards Yashimoto. Morrison cleans it up.
Cool as you like.
Mahid tries to find
Needed to
Garinge.
put a little bit more on it.
Yeah, but
Even then, I'm not sure Garinge would have got there ahead of.
no, Mon just had better positioning. Walters has seen enough.
Ayua coming in, and David coming in.
Garinge giving the captaincy to Pinsent. And Arinki coming off from the far side. I would have put...
Pinsent's put it on. He was trying to give it up. I think he's trying to give it to Kenny, but he was too far away, so he just put the armband on. I'll take things from here.
Campbell, Yashimoto. Yashimoto tries to send Reddick through, and I think Reddick might be near the bottom of the tank. I think the E is on.
He's driving on fumes. He's worked so
Oh,
hard.
he's put in a great 80 minutes.
And for the second time. Oh, Ali!
What a goal.
Woo! He picked that corner out of that one.
Yeah, Walker threads that through. Ali's all the time in the world and puts a beautiful top shelf finish in.
Turning into a bit of a rout now, which has been a pretty close game. But I think it is the fatigue factor. Plus, I mean, the Reds are just finishing.
That's a great ball down the wing. But like, if you look at who's moving quickest in that play, it's the three guys in the red shirt and none of the guys in blue.
Yeah.
Mon's just having a struggle to get over there.
Start the bus.
Ali's broken past two guys. Like, it's just, I think it is just fitness at this point.
Send the guys on the bench in for the shower now.
And we alluded to it. We might be in Vaillancourt end-to-end territory.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that. Gekrin inside to Tweel. Still got some chances. Good ball
Tweel.
down to Hashimoto.
It's not
Or
keeping
is
that
it?
in. It might have been in the first half.
On dry grass, perhaps. We played up in Bathurst and the grass is like 6 inches long. That's a good ball all day.
I do miss a good grass field game. Although it would have certainly been canceled today.
Yes.
What are we waiting for here?
Look at Bonziza is looking to come back in.
Well, they like
Did we give a...
no. We
side
waited.
there?
We waited minutes for the sub, and it wasn't. No one knows what's happening. Reddick's coming off.
And he's not going to bother to go to half.
No, it's a bit far at this stage of the game. So Reddick's come off. Gabon Ziza is back in. He also had a fairly productive first half. I think Reddick's already cracked open a beer. Campbell. Able to get through a couple of guys and gets taken out there unceremoniously and has some afters for the substitute, Ayua.
He's made his mark.
Comes through here, yeah, did
you get a card there?
Don't think so. Oh, maybe he did.
The referee's doing something.
Just watching the replay, I didn't notice.
Here he goes. No, put it in his pocket. I think he did. He must have. Chipped in deep.
Ball into the box. A couple of bodies on the ground there. One of them being Campbell again. Now coming out the other way. A ball through to Davidge. And Davidge finds Crowther, and Crowther wishes he had that back.
Will want to have done better. Not a highlight moment for him.
That's not going in the package, is it?
No.
Good run. I mean, give him that. It's a good run. And you know what? He had time for a touch. I think he had time for a nice touch and then to put that in.
It's a good cross, too.
It is. It was a great cross. And again, for PEI, just no one home defensively. I think they have moved to 3 at the back on defense, which might be why they're looking a little bit more vulnerable. Davidge. Down the wing to Ali. Ali's got caught up, but he still has possession. Plays it to the top for Walker, who puts it into the side netting.
I just noticed just how big Iguatu is.
He was lining up for the subs, and I was like, I'm happy I'm not marking him. It does not look like a guy that I would enjoy going one-on-one against.
There's no such thing as a 50-50 there.
No. I'm respectfully bowing out of a lot of opportunities for a tackle. Tweel.
We'll hope to pick off the pass.
Kilhorn turns it over. It's flicked on to Crowther, who loses it, but now Hamid slips Ali, Ali's got Davidge, and I think generously tried to find Davidge instead of going with the left peg, and does win a corner for it.
The other thing I will say is that the Winslow team is extremely hard-working, so that does add to the fatigue factor as you get into a second game in just over 24 hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like you said again, there seemed to be two defenders running at three-quarter pace, and that was as much as they could muster at this stage.
Well, they've moved to 3 back, and there's 3 guys who have played all game today, and imagine most of the game yesterday. Whereas the Reds, ball swung in here deep, dealt with once, but put back in the box, and now dealt with a bit more firmly. The Reds have put subs on all up front, right? So it's a bunch of fresh legs versus a bunch of dead, tired legs, and it's showing.
And it's been raining and windy and cold. It just adds up.
Cotton to Crother. Back to Cotton. Morrison.
5 to go, plus whatever
Davidge.
time the referee chooses to add on.
Iowa over the top. It gets past Iguatu. Ali looking for a second, and that's a great save
That is a
by
good save.
Walters. Ali with time, space, took a minute, jot something down in his diary about the kind of day he's having, then put a shot towards net.
And defense, again, somewhat lacking.
Iguatu there went up to win the header and didn't, and that was problematic.
He rose like a submarine.
This ball in deep. Is Crother keeping it in?
Suspicion of handball.
Put to the top to Hamid. Hamid shut down by Campbell. Campbell plays it back. Got to get rid of this. Campbell now. Walker in the area is back with Campbell. Campbell finds Kilhorn back out wide to McEachran. McEachran tries to find Bonziza. And now McEachran wins it into Yashimoto. Yashimoto to Bartlett. Bartlett's first touch isn't probably where he wanted to put it. Saves it by going back to Nagamziba. Tries to spray it out wide. That's
Read like a book.
Campbell, who was trying to beat Morrison. Morrison, the lone goal scorer for the Royals.
Where's he going?
Just an impressive thing to remember is that even though in that first half there was a lot of pressure from the Royals, it seemed like a back and forth game, their only goal was an OG
Yes.
by Morrison, who puts it back to Vaillancourt there. Out wide to Ayua. Oh, it's perfect, just
Playing
as
with
he
fire.
wanted. He'll say,
Judged to perfection.
yeah, he'll say never in doubt, cool as a cucumber.
Oh. Tugged back.
That's probably a good defensive decision.
Earlier in the game, the cards be coming out. Now it's just a little too cold and a little too late.
It's hard to write when your fingers are that chilly to jot down a number. It's not worth it.
Yeah, they're gone. It's away. Like the cards are away in that situation.
Walker through to Ali. Keeper has to come out. Does so well, and then the ball skips over Davidge's foot.
And must have taken the deflection off him. Because the throw has gone the way of Winslow.
I think Walker's the only offensive player who started the game that's still on. I guess Pinsent, if you want to count that, for the Reds.
Well, Pinsent has yet to prove that he's an offensive player. That's a bit mean.
Well,
He's
I
taken
think
a couple of free kicks. He's played pretty well, actually.
I think you could argue he is a holding mid to some extent.
He's kind of that link guy.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of everything.
Morrison. Crother. Get time added on here in a minute. That touch is heavy from Cotton. Yashimoto's got to dribble at Ayu. And
He's done
just
well.
Cuts that out. Never in doubt. This one's over the top. Mon needs to win, and he does. And he's missed a few of those in this last 10 minutes, so I'm glad to see he got that one. Tweel. It almost looks like the Royals are happy to just take time off the clock too, eh?
Yeah.
Mond. Bartlett.
It's going long at some point here.
Back to the captain. There it is. Well said, Steve. Campbell. Campbell's touch is heavy, but it's not too heavy to force it out of bounds. He's going to go back to the defenders, and not a player on the field wants this to go on any longer. Mond. Bartlett. Tries to find Yashimoto. This one's bobbled. Chance here. Late chance. Neville Ziba. Puts it on. That's a good save by Vaillancourt. Puts it through the legs of Morrison. And I think that was probably their best effort of the half.
Just straight at him in the end. But
just skips through Cotton. One move, two moves. And so many of those that go through the legs of the defender just find their way in the back of the net because the goalie can't track him in any capacity.
A little deflection off the side of the leg and into the back of the net, typically.
Oh, and there's a player down for the Reds. It's Hamid.
I think we just keep it going.
Yeah, just forget about it.
Shin pads are off.
Just crawl. Just crawl. Joe Hamlin's on the bench. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't have a degree in medicine. I can't help you.
Let's take the corner.
Bartlett over the corner kick. We are into borrowed time here at the BMO Center. That's dealt with. Ali drops it down to Pinson's feet. It's cleared. There's no reason for it to go on any longer. Ali will find Walker.
Walker thinks differently.
Walter's there.
Oh, that's a disappointing finish.
Similar to that, one of those, I think the second goal that Walter's in two lines.
This time.
He's offside.
Oh.
And he looked it.
Son of a gun. I'll see the replay on that because I didn't think he was offside.
It might have been a lateral ball.
Oh.
I think he's off. I think he's off.
Nip and tuck.
Really need a final whistle here.
That's not what you need to get body checked to the turf in the 93rd minute down 5-1.
Who's taking this? Mond over it?
Yeah.
Going to go far post here.
Good cross.
Yashimoto is another own goal. It's another own goal, Steve. 7 goals, all scored.
Is that a Ewa?
By the Reds. Yes, that was a Ewa.
It didn't need to happen.
It didn't need to happen. That man could have still had his dignity.
Well, if you're going to score an own goal.
Yeah, that's right. You know what?
You're up 5-1.
Got to get out of the way for the season. Get that monkey off the back.
We're still going.
All right.
Yeah, mercifully brings this one to its natural conclusion.
5-2 final.
Good entertaining game.
Game.
Winslow just ran out of steam a little bit towards the end, as you could expect. And the Reds, the fresher of the two teams. So at the end of the day,
the inaugural Super Series, Maritime Super Series, is done.
Very entertaining weekend of soccer.
And you can follow all of these teams on the local circuit. I encourage you to do so. As from us from the booth, Ray Harris, Steve Harris, have an excellent rest of your weekend.
back-to-back Player of the Game awards for you this weekend. We'll start with the individual. How'd you feel about your weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was my best game today, but scored 2 goals, so I always feel good about that. And more importantly, boys got the job done. Needed to win today, and we did. So, good feeling.
Yeah, so it sets you up pretty well in going into the weekend 3 of the Super Series to go in and take care of a little bit of business and get yourselves into the finals.
Yeah, no, I thought we learned a lot this weekend, and we grew, and especially the game against Suburban was a good test and a good battle. And I think we got what we wanted from this weekend, and going forward, just grow on that. And now we're pretty much in the finals, so it's awesome.
Right. And you've played your university career and want to continue playing here. So just talk about the first 2 weekends, your experiences in the first couple weekends of the Super Series.
Yeah, it's nice to play at a level that's higher than like the Senior B, Senior A level. So it's been awesome, and like all the teams have been really competitive in every game. You've got to earn it. So it's a really nice experience, and it's nice to have that in New Brunswick.
Awesome. All right, there we go. Wrapped up from the Maritime Super Series here in Fredericton. Thanks everyone for tuning in and for your support of this weekend and the Maritime Super Series across the Maritimes.